Started out with blue sky and sunshine. A few clouds rolling in now. But it looks like another nice day. Morning, folks. It's warm out here. I might actually be a little sorry putting my long johns on. Can't hardly go without them, though, I don't think. But, man, I'll tell you what, this ice is terrible slick. Just plain awful. I put a little salt on it this morning. You gotta walk like a penguin. But anyway, the fur buyer called me this morning, and he is here. I wish I'd have known a little bit sooner. I had a coyote and a fox that were given to me. They're not ready to send. But all I've got this year is just a very few muskrats. I counted them. I had 20 total was all. And 3 of those, something ate the heads off of them. So they weren't even worthwhile to skin. I only got 17 muskrats. Talk about a pitiful fur season. But, we had fun. We got to go on that trip and all that. And mainly, my main interest is chasing the wolves anyhow. And those are so iffy. You might not get anything anyway. And I didn't this year. It's surprising how many people think that they're all over. They aren't. They aren't. My area up here above the house had 3. All 3 were gone. There hasn't been anything more back there all winter. There's around, but they're hard to find. You can eat up a whole lot of gas in a big hurry trying to find them. They're not as plentiful as people think they are. But anyway, run down here and sell these. If I get more than $2 each, I'll be kind of surprised. It's, like I said, the fur prices are so bad that it's really not worth doing any of this. But I do enjoy getting out and trying. Well, just got done visiting with the fur buyer, and did better than I expected. It's still pitiful. You're not going to get rich anymore, I'm afraid. But my 17 muskrats brought me $31. So I got a little bit better than what I expected, but not very dang much. Well, anyway, I tell you, this fur market is really getting pitiful. So that ends up $31 divided by 17 is $1.82 a piece. Like I said, I would have been surprised if they went over $2, but I was expecting like $1.50 or less each. Some of them had some holes in them and stuff that I don't know what causes that. Sometimes they get a hole by their shoulder or something, and I don't think they're fighting. They might be fighting, but there's no bruising, in the meat. So I don't know if those are bite marks or something else causes a hole. But anyway, I had several like that, and that's what brought the price down a little bit. But the overall fur market is pretty poor. Talking with Dave Morelli this morning, and he said one fur sale that he just read about, the coyotes averaged $6 each. For $6, I'd rather have them running around. That's bad. A couple of years ago, they were $100 a piece. But that ain't, that's misleading too. Not every one of them was $100. The very best of them were. Anyway, I gotta run in here. They've got some 55-gallon barrels they want to give away, and I cut those open and use them for garbage cans there at the fairgrounds. That fogginess over there, that's snow. Our beautiful blue skies turn gray. So what I was saying about maybe being sorry I put my long johns on. Nope, not yet. But anyway, I went and got those barrels. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 barrels. I got 2 of them that are plastic. I might do something different with those. But let's see, I got 3, 4, 5 anyway that are metal. I need to unload these and cut the heads off. The heads is the end of the barrel. This piece. They make it's kind of like a big can opener that you clamp on here somehow, and it's supposed to cut a clean, even edge around there that's not sharp. I need to probably order one of those. They're kind of expensive, if I remember right. I think they're a couple $100, but we use a lot of these barrels. I really should make the Fairgrounds buy one. I end up using the cutting torch, and the trouble with that, you know, it works easy. It's not that hard to cut them off, but the trouble with that is it leaves a jagged edge, and then your bags, when you pull them out, they snag on that and they tear, and it's hard and awkward to get them in or out. In, I guess, isn't bad. Getting them out is bad. But heck, we've been doing it since I worked here 2002, so it's not that big a deal, I guess. Anyway, I need to unload these, and then can't get that off. They gotta, you know, everybody wants these holes and things when they make stuff like this. They want them to fit tight. A little looser is better, so you can actually get them off. But anyway, I'll do that here in a second. I gotta unload these. And then I got the tractor plugged in. This snow is slushy enough that down in the rodeo arena, the grandstands shade the rodeo arena. And where it's in the shade, that snow doesn't melt off and it turns to ice. So I need to run down and probably scoop as much of that snow out of there so it can melt. This road grader, I haven't tried it yet. I need to figure out how to make this thing work and try it, and that might not be a bad place to give that a shot. For this time, I think I'm going to use the tractor though, because it's plugged in. They told me this road grader's old, and even in the summertime I'll need to plug it in or it's not going to start. And then, while I was in town getting these barrels, I went into the secondhand store and I picked up these bed rails. They're bed frames is what they are. Angle iron is pretty expensive anymore. This stuff, it's the same thing. I just need to cut it up and use it. I'm going to need quite a little bit of that to build those tracks. I got these for a good price because I bought all of them. But they're not very thick. I mean, that's probably 1/8 inch metal. But the thing of it is, with the bed rails, it must be hardened or something, because it is hard metal. It's hard to drill, hard to work with, compared to the mild steel that you buy from the steel yard, you know. But if I can drill this, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper. I don't know if I got enough, though. I might have to find some more. So this barrel here, and that one, does have something in it. I don't know. He said it was probably oil. And probably got water in it also. He has a oil burner stove, so I can bring it back to him. Yeah, I'll just have a small amount of something in them, but not very much. So, let's see if I can cut this off without blowing myself up. Then I gotta go and plow, I think. Oh, and I went down and talked to the junkyard, and they were pulling my axle out of that truck as I was down there. So it wasn't quite ready yet. Told them I'm going to need some rims and things also. The rims that were on it were kind of high dollar rims, and I didn't want those. I didn't want to pay for them, and they couldn't get them off. So the bolts were rusted on too bad. So they ended up having to cut and torch my lug nut bolts off. I'll have to get some new ones of those, but that's really not a big deal. They pound in and out generally pretty easy. So anyway, I still have not got my axle. Looking on my tracking number for those ones I ordered through eBay, the trailer axle stubs, they're supposed to be here today. I don't know. It says out for delivery, coming from UPS, but it shows them being in Idaho Falls. Well, I hope they don't take them to Idaho Falls, because I ain't there. Hopefully they're loaded on the truck in Idaho Falls heading our way. I don't know. They probably come tomorrow. So anyway, I'm getting closer on that. These bed rails, they're not going to go that far. You start cutting them into, I don't know, 12, 15-inch pieces and laying them side by side. It's going to take a lot of them. I do up at the house have some more, but I don't know how many more. I might have to buy either some more bed rails when they get them, or some regular angle iron too, add to this. What I do like about these bed rails, like this one, well, that one's attached, I guess. If you look at them on the end, they're square. You know, the corner comes down and it's square right there. The regular angle iron, it's kind of rounded right there in the corner. A little harder to use. So that one actually worked pretty clean. But see how it's got this jagged sawtooth edge? I mean, even the very best part of it, like right here, it's still got some jaggedness to it. That'll grab your bags and rip them. Then on the bottom, I always cut a small hole there for a drain. If the bags are in them, sometimes that doesn't work. You gotta reach down there with your pocket knife and poke a hole through the bag. But when these are half full or more than half full of rainwater, you can't pick them up. Well, anyway, I think I'll do the rest of these tomorrow, but I gotta go down and plow. These plastic barrels, I've never used them for garbage cans, and it's only 3 feet tall, where my frame here is 3.5 feet wide, and it should be 6 foot around. Let's see here. Yeah, 6 foot 3. My frame is 8 foot long, so this would be a little bit short and a little bit too narrow, but I might cut the ends out of this and then cut it down the center and unroll it so it's a big long flat piece of plastic and put that underneath this. That would help it slide through the snow a little bit, but I want to raise this. That's why I ended up getting 4 of those trailer hubs. I want to put the drive wheel in the back, an idler wheel in the front, and then wheels in the middle, so it kind of comes down like this. And the two in the bottom, they'd be lower than the frame, so that would lift the frame up probably about a foot from where it is now. And if I do that, I should be able to go through deeper snow. I mean, I'd like this thing to float on top of the snow if possible, but it might not, depending on snow conditions. If it's powdery snow, it's not going to, it's going to sink. And if it does that, the higher up I am, the better off I'll be. It won't be dragging through the snow quite as bad. Anyway, I wish my parts would come. I wrote to a guy two guys on eBay that have the axles and the yoke for this transmission, maybe. Not knowing what year this transmission is out of, they're not all the same size. So I asked them if they would measure and count the splines, and hopefully one of those will work and I can get that yoke and drive line. I don't know. Like I say, I'm running out of time to mess with this. I mean, I got all year now. The trapping season, if they don't open it till December 1st for wolves again, I don't really need it until then, but I'd like to have it done before then if I can. Anyway, that's the hope. Woohoo! Change of plans. The junkyard just called, said they had my axle and drive line ready to go. They're only open till 5, and it's 4:30. So I'm going to throw this barrel out here quick and race on down there. So see you folks tomorrow, most likely, and have a great day. Bye.